So like they'll probably get like I mentioned that we were
Did
gonna
people
have
actually watch this?
Yes. That's a cold open. You're telling me people actually watch this? Wow. Anyway, welcome back to the Vampy Wampy Campy.
Oh, that was all recorded.
Yes. Welcome back to the Vampy Wampy Campy Podcast.
Campy Podcast.
Where we vamp.
And you camp.
That's our intro.
Gross.
I'm Vampy.
I'm Wampy.
And I'm Campy. You can tell that he's never listened to our podcast.
Yeah. I'm offended.
Is cussing allowed on this thing?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, get closer.
Come here.
So, we gotta introduce ourselves. You can start.
Oh, okay, so
Wait.
I'm...
Can I be Trampy?
Yes!
Special guest
Trampy.
So we have a special guest today, but we'll get there in a second. I am Shay, Mars, or geriatric self-diagnosed, or Calamarzi on Tumblr now.
Oh yeah! I gotta edit that.
It's
okay.
It's fine.
It's
You
fine.
go next.
I'm Steff, Quartz, or Manlight Derogatory, or Menace to Society Affectionate on Discord.
I'm Steff, also known as Paris Hilton Gaming. And I'm embarrassed. Okay, your turn. Here's our special guest.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Introduce
Oh.
yourself.
I'm Logan. I was just roped into this.
Do you want any social media you want to promote?
No.
Okay, don't play with this. They make sounds.
Yeah.
Okay,
And don't
okay.
go into my stuff. You're not allowed to sit there anymore. Get up.
Okay, what
Bad,
the thing is
bad.
Literally don't touch anything in my room. I can't believe you have the audacity. I'm
have the-
offended.
You have the audacity to walk into my house.
Here's the intro.
Yeah.
Intro time. So, today we're talking about Season 1, Episode 5, Blood Drive.
Finally.
I know, we've been delaying talking about this episode because we had a special guest, but they're...
They were a slave to capitalism.
Well, just in general, you were like being like, oh yeah, I'll totally do that, and then like,
Never did.
never actually. But we're here now.
Yeah.
But we kidnapped you on this fine
So,
day.
a little plot synopsis. The Blood Drive's in town at school, and Erica wants to steal all the blood. Bless you.
Bless.
Erica wants to steal all the blood, and Rory's helping her, and Sarah is going through a little bit of a spell. So, any
Yeah.
initial impressions on this episode? What are your initial thoughts?
Good episode.
Good episode.
I don't know what all I'm able to say.
Why are you talking so quietly?
Yeah.
You're like the most loud, obnoxious bitch that I know. And I turn a microphone on, and you're like,
I'm like
Okay, I'm
whisper
ready.
to you only.
no.
Okay.
Just talk loud.
Okay.
Wait, okay. It sounds so bad. Why is
sorry.
your phone
I
audio
don't
like that?
know. That's why I was shy if she
Well,
wanted
put
to
it
do
on your
it.
phone.
Send it to me. So I
No.
have iPhone quality.
Okay, no one gives a fuck.
Anyway.
30 times better than y'all.
No one
I swear to
cares
God, Logan.
until you drop it. I love the Erica and Rory interactions, even though they were kind of cringy, and I don't know how I feel about the romance they were trying to push.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Rory and Erica doing like a little romance, like the romance they were trying to push, because clearly it's like a joke romance, because like, who would want to be with Rory kind of
Yeah.
thing. And so it's like, yeah,
All
I've
the
never
writers
enjoyed
are just
that.
like Rory haters.
I know, everyone hates Rory. That's kind of the joke of his character, is that like everyone hates him. But
I actually like his character the most.
yeah! See, we're Rory stans here. All of us love Rory.
He's like the only like kind of real one.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I don't know what all I can say that's
You know
like
what?
offensive.
Just be honest, okay? Just
Okay.
don't be mean.
Yeah.
Everyone else's character is kind of bland and boring. His is the most interesting.
I
Because you
would
have like
agree with
this
you,
like
but-
nerdy dude who like becomes a vampire.
Yeah.
It's like the most original, I'd guess, because all the other ones follow like
An archetype.
an archetype
Yeah.
that's already been set. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Like, Erica is the promiscuous vampire, and they don't
Mhm.
really do a lot with her character outside of that, which I've always had issue with,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
And then Sarah's like the emo one, like
The
kind
emo
of caught
vampire.
between two worlds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Benny
fucking
is
Benny,
the one.
just
He's
like-
got jokes.
like
got
a good
jokes.
sidekick, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ethan's like the main, like the leader of the group
Yeah,
kind of
who's,
thing.
like,
He's the leader of this harem
misunderstood
anime.
and like can't
Yeah.
get the lady and like it's so
Yeah,
stupid.
because he's a nerd, so he can't get the girl. But
Yeah.
it's like he's a nice guy kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, but like
Rory's
has like
pretty
kind
neat.
of an
Yeah.
own trope.
I was telling you about this, and you were just like, He's not that original because you just like wanted to hate on everything that I say because
I don't like
I
you.
fucking hate you.
You're the
That
worst
is-
person to ever exist.
That's, by the way, this is all a joke. We don't actually hate each other. We're just but yeah, I do fucking hate you, Logan. So
I hate you too. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So we like to talk about character moments first,
Yeah.
and then we go into like bad joke section because there's so many bad jokes.
And then we go
Oh,
into
yeah.
fit review.
we do fit review, and then we talk a little bit more, and then we do final
Oh,
thoughts and
I'm gonna
ratings.
pop off on the fit review.
Yeah, same.
Oh yeah, I need to get screenshots to show.
Because
We'll do that.
holy crap.
Yeah, maybe like
I
yeah.
will have to leave it like in the middle of the recording, but you
Yeah.
can cut that part out.
Yeah, we could just pause it and then you could.
Uh-huh.
You
Okay.
can get all the screenshots
So-
and stuff.
She's a girl.
Anyways,
next
I like the girls in this episode. I like Sarah and I like Erica.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
pretty good. I really like. So here's my thing. Okay, I love
What's
Sarah.
your thing?
My thing is that I my thing is that I love.
The way it peaks.
I know when I edit, you guys it's always like everyone's like, so we're gonna be talking about this, and then I say a funny joke, and they're like, so I'm like, okay, well,
Like a full Trixie Mattel laugh.
yeah. I'm trying to actually talk about the episode,
Yeah.
guys.
Sorry.
Okay, wait, hold up.
Oh my God.
I'm getting a little confused. Sarah is the one who's not a vampire yet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
a
fledgling.
fledgling.
There we go, okay.
And Erica is her best friend who is a vampire, and she's always trying to like convert her to become a full vampire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like sometimes, at least in this episode, it crosses that line where she's just like, because originally it kind of feels like she's trying to support her because Sarah is under this impression that she can become human again at some point, which is why
Mhm.
she doesn't want to become a full vampire yet. Even though clearly that's not going to be able to happen. She gets close when they find a cure,
Yeah,
but then she
but then
gives
she
it to
gives it to
Ethan
the-
to cure him of his werewolf powers
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that one episode.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, so Logan hasn't seen My Babysitter's a Vampire in a long time, so he's very confused.
he doesn't know any of the plot points yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the show.
Yeah. There's an episode where Ethan becomes a werewolf on accident, and they find a cure to
They
like
think it's a different guy.
they think it's Craig Manning, but it's actually from Degrassi. There's a Degrassi actor that's in this show.
Hot. Okay.
Yeah. But as I was saying, occasionally her being supportive goes into the line of her like peer pressuring her basically,
Yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
not
Become a
cool
vampire.
sometimes in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Because at this point you can kind of see that she's just like fed up with like Sarah's like woe is me.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
know what?
Which
to-
is so valid
To
of her.
defend Sarah, she's like really emo in a way that it's like she like in that one episode, the one that we don't like. She like everyone will be talking and like they'll just be normal, and then she'll be like, I'm really depressed today because I'm not gonna show up in the yearbook photo, and that just makes me really sad, and everything sucks. And then Ethan will just be like, okay,
Yeah.
anyways, because she's just like a little bit too dramatic sometimes.
Yeah. Like,
Logan, what did I tell you about touching my shit? Put it away. I can't believe you. Can you stand still for like a few seconds, please?
listen, we all probably have like undiagnosed something.
Yeah, like everyone else has said, I like Erica and Rory's dynamic. I like that Rory was more prevalent, I guess is the right word in this
Yeah,
episode,
there's
because
a-
usually
yeah.
he's not.
There's a lot of episodes where he just isn't there.
He's like there for 1 or 2 seconds and,
And
then
then he
leaves.
disappears. Yeah, because like not only do
Or he's used as like the butt of a joke.
yeah, I've always felt that like because Rory is like he's basically the only reason why he's in like the friend group is because he's now a vampire and they kind of feel like they need to keep tabs on him, because if they didn't they would just like not talk to
They
him.
gotta
Like in the
keep him on a
movie
leash.
they literally call him and they're like, should we even bother picking up? And it's like,
Yeah.
it's Rory, he's your friend. But no, they really don't like him like at all. Like nobody likes
Yeah.
him, and it's really sad.
Tragic.
He's like I compare him to Cat Valentine all the time because it's like I feel like he's there in a scene and then as soon as he walks away all the characters just talk shit about him.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's weird, isn't he? Well, yeah, but like they say it to
Thinking.
his face. The thing with
Yeah.
Cat is like everyone's like nice to Cat on the surface because they think she's like just like some dumb bitch. But then when she leaves, they're just like, ugh,
Yeah.
we don't like her.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel bad because they deserve
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Because they're
deserve-
nothing but happy all the time.
They deserve better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Did you remember what you were gonna say?
It was about Sarah and like being emo and like
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why she's so emo.
Yeah.
Because like the others, they just like kind of like cool. I'm cool now, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. With Sarah, it's just like my life was like fine before. I
She
don't
actually
need it.
liked who she was before she
Yeah.
became a vampire, which is clear she was kind of nerdy but still kind of popular, unlike
Yeah.
Erica, who was like not popular at
absolute
all.
She was
but-
like like the
extremely
Tumblr
nerdy.
girl. And...
Yeah, but then once
School.
okay. Logan, put your phone away. What the fuck are we even doing? What is wrong with you? I swear to God, Logan, are you even listening to what I'm saying?
Yes.
Put your goddamn phone away.
Put it away now.
Do you need something to fidget with?
Yes, please.
Do you have a sound?
Here, this doesn't make sounds. It's quiet, and you can play with it.
This is gonna be in my mouth in 3 seconds.
Please do not put it in your mouth. I think Benny
he has a face.
Benny has put that in his mouth multiple times.
Benny
so.
dog core.
Oh, did we explain pronouns? Is that a thing you guys do?
I have them in the description
Yeah.
of our videos. So
Should we start including that?
I don't know. We could. I'd make it pretty obvious on all of our
Yeah.
descriptions.
And
so.
then it's also in our tags in the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we should be good. Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say, Logan?
Yeah.
So we start at the beginning. I love staring at the extras in the background.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do. Especially the 30-year-old man with the 5 o'clock shadow who's like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, we talked about
When
that
they-
before.
I wish the Owen
Wilson guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy that looks like Owen Wilson. And he gets like a close up in one of the episodes, and he's just like a man, and he's supposed to be a high schooler.
It's great. It's my favorite part of this show, actually.
Okay. How about let's start with things that you like about the show. What do you like?
Vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when the vampire action started happening, where
Fight
you like
scene. Fight scene. We finally got a
those
fight
are the
scene.
worst.
like the fight scene.
Those are so bad.
They're cute. They're not like
Yeah.
great or anything, but they're cute.
My Babysitter's a vampire, expecting like full on like Marvel DC coordinated. Like,
There's a reason
scenes.
why they
At least
don't.
Twilight.
There's a reason why they don't do fight scenes all that
Twilight's are
often.
worse.
Oh yeah, they're bad.
That is so not tight.
Oh my gosh, the promo! We have a promo
Oh my
for this. I'm
gosh.
pretty sure we have a
Oh,
promo
here
for
you
this
go.
episode. So I have audio recordings of like the promotional trailers that they would play to hype up the episode.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
all behind the scenes, and they would play
Yeah,
on
these
Disney
ones-
XD.
To explain, I guess a little bit again, is that season 1 wasn't really as popular when it was airing
It wasn't as
originally,
poppin'.
but when they aired it in America, it had like this huge resurgence of popularity. So there's a lot of commercials for season 2, but there's not really any for season 1. So the only ones I could find was when it was playing on reruns in America on Disney XD.
XD.
So we have a little blood drive promo that we're gonna play now and listen to. Okay, so here we go.
Hey, we're about to reveal some secrets
About the upcoming episode of
My Babysitter's a Vampire, this series.
Well, this is the first fight scene we've done where Sarah is outmatched.
Did not expect that.
I prefer the scenes where Sarah dominates.
Fight scenes take a lot of work. Choreography, practice, working with wires.
Join us for My Babysitter's a Vampire, the series.
Starting now on Disney XD. Ethan and Benny are the real heroes of this episode, if I do say so myself. Now, excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
That's it.
Um,
So that's the
I-
promo. Yeah.
I do like the concept of all the vampires like trying to steal the blood bags and like sneak some blood.
Yeah, I do like the visual gags they do with Erica, like when she has blood in like a little dusk tumbler.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's really funny because like, and then they do the thing with the teeth, which I thought was like a little bit risky for Disney Channel when they
Yeah.
played it on TV. I used to
Yeah.
be
And
like,
when Rory did it, his teeth were like bright orange.
Yeah.
yeah, I know that like blood when it's like when it's like in thinner coats is like
Yeah.
orange,
Well,
but
it's sort of like a pinkish orange.
it's like an orangey color. But,
But
yeah,
that was like full on like fluorescent orange.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because like maybe like the lighting was a
I
little more
think
like
yeah, they
black
probably
light-ish.
they changed the lighting or the color grading a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
but in general.
And then Ethan's scared of needles.
Oh yeah, that's
Ethan's
kind of
scared
a
of
plot point that they deal with a little bit later in season 2 about him
Oh.
being afraid of
I
needles.
I
and
didn't
stuff.
catch it, but why did he eventually go in to try and get his blood?
Oh,
drawn?
because he saw that it was closing and he was like, I'm not gonna be a chicken anymore and I'm gonna go
Oh.
and get it done.
Okay,
but
so it's
then-
hubris. That's why.
Yeah.
Those toxic masculinity.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Listen, he's trying
Those
to be as
toxic
masculine
kids.
as possible.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we have a headcanon that Ethan is trans
Yeah.
because he wears like 3X t-shirts
And baggy pants.
and very
And,
baggy
and there's
pants.
like some like jokes, and it's like
Yeah, about him not being as masculine or whatever. But
Yeah.
like instead of him being offensive, I take it as evidence.
that
and
he is
proof.
trans.
So
yes, it's one of my personal favorite
it's
headcanons.
it's a way to implement representation that we
Yeah.
will never get,
Yes.
basically.
Especially from a show from like 2010.
Yeah,
Valid.
yeah. We really came up with it when we were doing fit review, and we noticed that he just has like the largest clothing on. and the most like masculine looking like graphic tees, and you're
From,
like
Kohl's.
yeah, and they just look really gross.
Hey, listen, I did the same shit when I was in my straight phase.
Yeah.
I just want to say, why pick the most basic looking white bitches for them to be fawning over?
That's true.
Like, I'm sorry, but they're like basic as hell.
Listen, that's how I felt whenever you brought up that dude last night. Yeah, the other day.
Luke Evans?
Yes.
I was just surprised. I was just surprised.
I'm like, this is just a white man.
You're going crazy. Oh, right, it's because you like white guys. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Don't expose me.
There's so many sound effects that I never use because like there's really no reason for me to have them. Like this one.
I will totally vampire you.
Like I don't know when I'm ever gonna use that one.
Okay.
Wait, this is my favorite one. This is my favorite one.
Sausage fingers.
That's my favorite one. Sausage fingers. Okay. Before. With Rory. His actor, Cameron Kennedy, after the show ended, I think it was in a live stream or somewhere, he confirmed that the character is pansexual. Now, of course, that's just like confirmation outside of the show. Of course, the writers never actually probably considered that, I bet.
Yeah.
But at least that was the way he was playing the character.
Yeah. It's fun whenever actors do that.
Here, give me the phone.
Like-
I need to say something.
Is it related to the show?
Yes.
Like all the I like the jokes that people make between how Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans portray Iron Man and Captain America's having just like insurmountable just amounts of sexual tension.
I mean, it's there.
It is there.
Now, is it comparable to Steve and Bucky?
No.
Yeah.
It's like they're like
Because
they have
suck
sex.
each other off.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that maybe like Iron Man and Captain America have sexual tension,
Yes.
but Iron Man and Winter Soldier, what's his fucking
Bucky.
just Bucky? He
Yeah.
doesn't have a name. I don't know anything about Marvel.
James Buchanan Barnes.
I don't know if he had a like a superhero name. Wasn't he like?
He's the
He's
Winter
just the
Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Well, that's why I
But
said it.
everyone
I
calls
swear to
him
God.
Bucky.
Okay, him and Bucky have fully been in a relationship for multiple
Yeah.
years.
Yes.
Did you mean Captain America and Bucky?
Yes, that's what I
I
said.
thought you said Iron Man.
I said Iron Man and Captain America, and then Captain America and Bucky, and that's when we went on the fucking tangent because y'all were
I'll
trying to be
pop
pedantic
off
about
if
what
we
I
start
say.
Talking about Captain America.
Let's
so we should
stop
probably
here.
not.
I know we go on tangents, and then always all the time someone's like, anyways, and I'm like, we say anyways like fucking 50 times because we
Yeah.
go on so many tangents, and it's annoying, but they come for the personality? No, they don't. What were you gonna say about the show?
I just want to say, I don't actually hate the show. Is it my favorite? No. The one thing I will say, though, it had a great, it was a great idea.
Great premise.
Great premise, yes. The execution, specifically the writing, it could have been way better. Like, the
agree.
general,
It also
like,
could have been worse.
synopsis of the episodes is good, but it's the little things, like the dialogue between character interactions that, like, are just not the best.
I've said this multiple times
They
in the
did.
episode. What were you gonna say?
They did what they could with what they
Yeah.
had. I
Yes.
feel.
I said this in the episode Double Negative, which I genuinely talked about how much I fucking hate that episode. I was actually pretty mean. I maybe I was a little bit too mean. I'm trying to retroactively like not like kind of apologize, I guess, but also I said what I said. It fucking sucks dick, that episode. It's shit.
There's nothing wrong with sucking dick.
You're right. Sorry.
But there is a time and place.
You're right. You're so right.
Sucking dick and cock, like
Sucking dick and cock.
how come I don't have that as a soundboard
I
effect?
have it.
Get the sucking dick and cock.
Cock.
But I agree. There are certain aspects that work way too well, which I think is why the show has such a long-lasting, passionate fan base. Is because I feel like people hyperfixate, at least me specifically, but also I see other people do it as well. They hyperfixate on what could have been instead of what actually is.
Yes.
Right? It's a lot more fun to
I had no intention of coming here on the pod and sucking dick and cock. Sucking dick and cock.
That should have been the cold open.
Well, we can do it at the end. That's a cold close. And so some of the writing is really bad, but there's so many, like Rory, the character of Rory in general, is so unique to where it's like, you want to watch the show and hope that it'll get better, and then it doesn't, but then you go and you write fan fiction about it or whatever, right? Like, that's how fandoms really are.
Okay.
Like, think about Sherlock. In my opinion, that show sucks ass. It's awful. I hate Sherlock, okay?
I've never seen it.
I don't like Sherlock. It's pretty bad. I've seen like season 1.
The one with Robert Downey Jr.?
The show.
The TV show.
The Benadryl Cucumber Patch.
Okay.
Yeah. That one's pretty bad, but of course it had like the most passionate fan base on Tumblr.
With John Locke.
Yeah. So like people, the main appeal of that show was that John Locke, that Sherlock Holmes and John Watson were fucking. Yeah. And that literally was and that was literally never canon whatsoever. Yet that was the only thing
off about Sherlock Holmes.
That was the only thing people cared about in the fandom, even though it wasn't real.
There was like a whole conspiracy that after the show ended, that there was going to be like some secret
ending that they were going to get together or whatever. Because like the ending was so bad that people were not willing to admit that it was the actual ending of the show.
People with Game of Thrones.
Watch the 2-hour Sarah Zed video about that.
I think I'm good.
We love Sarah Zed here.
Oh yeah, I mentioned her a lot because she does a lot of like fandom talk on her channel.
Yeah, I love Sarah Zed.
She's a YouTuber.
Yeah, she's like a video essayist.
Video essay person.
Like, fandom culture.
She makes a video once a month and they're all an hour long.
Yes, and then she has to delete her Twitter for like a week.
Every video she has to delete her Twitter because people get in fights with her because she talks about John Locke and people like send her death threats because of it.
She talked about anti and pro shipping.
Yeah,
she had to she was gone. There was it was actually trending.
Yeah,
people talking about.
I love that. I had a thing though.
You know what? We just need to get to the root of the problem. Disney.
Yeah.
Yes. Like honestly, if this was a show directed by or produced by Nickelodeon, I think Nickelodeon could have taken it a little bit further.
Yeah.
Like imagine this in the setup of a Victorious.
Yeah. That's actually really funny that you mentioned Victorious.
Why?
Because we have a really interesting relationship
with the show Victorious here.
For April Fools, we pretended to upload an episode of us talking about My Bav, but we actually talked about Victorious.
I would hate you guys. I do hate you guys.
No, legit, I put the title and the thumbnail was all My Bav, the description, and then we didn't even say the word Victorious. We were like, today we're talking about a new episode. Okay, so what do we think? And we were like, Robbie.
Yeah, we were fully today we're reacting to season 1 episode 8
Paparazzi, and then we just talked about the characters everyone knew what we were talking about.
A person actually fell for it.
A few people fell for it. They were like I was really confused. I was like, maybe they uploaded the wrong episode. Who's Cat? Because this person had not seen any Nickelodeon shows before.
They had they had downloaded it to go.
They downloaded it offline to listen to it in a 3-hour. Yeah. And I felt so bad, but I didn't want to spoil it, so I just said, "Hope you enjoy." And then the next day I was like, psych! And they were like, I can't believe I fell for that.
Yeah, and then they commented y'all are G's for this.
You're all real geniuses. And then there's this one person in the chat who loves Victorious, secretly has a Victorious account, I'm assuming.
A Victorious fetish, you may say.
Yeah. You can't talk about fetishes in Victorious.
But that's the thing. I feel like the show's missing the adult jokes that they could be throwing.
Because,
you know what?
Nickelodeon was for those edgier kind of
kids. And this is a vampire show. They need to raise the edge up just a little bit.
Technically, the show wasn't produced by Disney in any way. It was just aired on Disney. It was made in Canada.
Which means that they have to follow the Disney rules.
Yeah, they're actually
on Disney.
Disney had to edit things.
Yes, there's a video on YouTube where somebody who lives in Canada recorded episodes that aired in Canada, and there's jokes that got cut out that were a little more edgy. They say the word boobs or something.
Whoa, boobies.
I know. Or scenes of the members actually drinking blood and having blood on their face. Can't have that on Disney, I guess. And this is the only TV show, I'm pretty sure, that was rated PG that ever aired on Disney Channel. Because there's blood, so it's rated PG, I guess. So.
Yeah.
It's
I just feel like if it was any other company, it could have been pretty good.
And I'm glad it's not a sitcom. It doesn't have it's a single camera, no laugh track kind of setup. Because when we talked about Victorious, I noticed how different do you have a thing?
Oh no, you continue because I have like a whole tangent that relates to like animation as well.
Yeah, so I'll get into it. So like just in general, like the way that the show is single camera, no laugh track, there's a lot of sound effects. It's not as bad as Big Time Rush, of course, with the sound effects, but it's actually like
also the needle drops.
The needle drops are so bad,
especially in this episode. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was something.
Let's bring it back to the episode that we're reviewing.
In the episode Blood Drive, they have they do it again. They did it in the movie. They did the exact same song, the exact same copyright shitty like
and what
hot
makes
girl
it worse
song.
Is they literally turn. They literally do it to like they do
the basic white girl,
the basic white bitch, like literally Taylor Swift looking ass. And that's no like
that's coming from a Swiftie.
That's coming from a Swiftie. Hardcore Swiftie.
Yeah.
But like it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad
honestly
that it's almost
bad.
kind of funny.
Almost,
but not that bad enough.
It's still not funny. It's just
yes.
Yeah. It makes me wonder like what they could have done with the show if they had like a studio that could have like handled it like PG-13 even.
Well, because that would just be Vampire Diaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have made it into full like 13 reasons.
It would have been like
why.
serious. It wouldn't have had that comedic tone to it. The reason why the show stands out.
Okay, that's the thing is that I'm very upset of the state of television because you have like the kids shows which are like very whimsical and creative.
And they're made for babies.
And like you can tell that they're trying to tackle like more like serious things for like adult people know adults like to watch cartoons.
Yeah.
But like they can't take it that far because they're still marketed towards babies.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand you have adult animation and like adult shows which are like the worst thing to ever grace
they're just
earth.
like shit and fart jokes every 5 seconds,
which is why if it was like if it had the same writing as a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, like
you know
Steven
what I would
Universe?
say that
because like you know how Steven Universe and Adventure Time would kind of push the boundaries.
Yeah, but they were still lighthearted. They were still like funny shows. They weren't serious.
Exactly, they weren't serious, but they were able to push some of the boundaries. Like that whole episode after Finn breaks up with the Fire Princess and literally goes on a like just like sleeping but making out with like all the princesses.
Yeah.
Like that I felt like they needed that kind of writing in this
like
show.
in Steven Universe, the whole like trauma and like abusive relationship between Lapis and Jasper.
But like it was still funny and like it was still for kids.
Or like Avatar or She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
I agree.
Like, we need more shows like that.
Because especially Avatar. I agree with you 100% on Avatar. We should be talking about Avatar.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this stupid vampire show?
Because like that's the thing. It's like it goes from like, you know, like actual like creative and like fun like things, but it's like contained like restrained by having to be marketed towards kids.
Yeah.
And then once you get into more like the tween audience, you get like very dark and edgy like CW type things.
Yeah.
Which doesn't appeal to everyone. A lot
that's
of people,
what I mean.
A lot of
my
people
whole thing,
like more whimsical things.
I think the reason
that's like exclusively for kids, and I think that shouldn't be the case.
I would say the reason why I think the reason why I've hyper fixated on the show for as long as I have is because it is a vampire show that isn't like fucking actually like has a somber
like it's not like dark.
It's not dark. It doesn't have like a sad tone. The tone is very lighthearted.
They keep it upbeat.
There's a lot of jokes and quips, and like the characters are funny and they're lighthearted, and sure they go through things, but like they always have like they're always kind of goofy.
And you can like actually see it.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's not dark.
Because like Vampire Diaries,
the lighting is like actually
you can
decent.
Literally see.
You can actually watch the actual show.
Here's the thing. So this is kind of this is actually relates back to this episode because this episode specifically is usually a fan favorite, right?
I was gonna say this is my favorite episode,
which is why you're on it. Yeah,
yes.
you're talking about it with us.
Yes,
this is a pretty fan favorite episode, and a lot of people compare the show in general to Teen Wolf, specifically because there's like two like best friend boy main characters, and one of them's probably gay.
They definitely slept, yes.
But like,
yeah,
definitely
we
slept
also
together.
have a thing where we talk about like Benny and Ethan being a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just feel like if guys want to jack each other off, that's fine. That's all I want to say.
You're not saying anything controversial
here. Exactly.
But a lot of people would literally just say. Like,
I just want to add, I am gay, by the way. If you guys couldn't tell by my fruity voice.
And the Swiftie stand.
The Swiftiness.
But specifically, people are like, oh, this show is just Teen Wolf but for kids. And I'm like, not really, because Teen Wolf fucking sucks ass. I mean, no offense to anyone who likes Teen Wolf. Actually,
I just like
all offense to people like
I just
Teen
like
Wolf.
exactly.
There's a lot of gay jokes made about Styles, and people clearly there's jokes, but like he literally is bi. Like there's no like literally there's this because there's this plot point where someone's killing virgins. I don't need to explain, but virgins are dying, and he's like, I need to have sex right now because my life literally depends on me having sex. And this guy behind him, who's like the gay character guy, he's like, okay, meet me at my house tomorrow, and just know plan to stay the night. I like to cuddle. And he's like. Really? And he's like, no, I'm joking. And he's like, you can't joke about stuff like that.
Like, you can't give me blue balls.
Literally, that was and then the joke was like, haha, isn't it funny that Styles is gay? But it's like, no, but like he actually is gay.
He's actually a little pretty.
So
he's
like,
spicy straight.
Yeah.
He's a bromantic.
Yeah. But anyways, the only reason why
he's gay.
But literally the only reason why I brought up Teen Wolf is because people compared it a lot to that show. Yeah. But this show, in my opinion, not only is better because of like a lot of technical aspects, which don't really matter because people who like Teen Wolf don't care about those parts, but because the tone is lighthearted. I feel like it's really hard to have a character like Styles in a show that has a tone like Teen Wolf because it's like everyone's taking everything so seriously, and then he'll crack a joke and you'll be like, so this is bullshit then. But like the writers know it, yet they don't care enough to like actually like realize it, you know?
Like who directed Scott Pilgrim?
Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
It's like Edgar Wright.
If Edgar Wright did a vampire teen show,
it would be kind of
I
like.
love that?
But it'd be kind
that
of
would
like
be great.
what's that one show that Takai did? In the Shadows. I do not know how to say his last name.
Taika Waititi.
Taika. Sorry. Taika Waititi.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I like
he did that vampire show.
Yeah. That was also kind of goofy, but it was of course like
more adult.
It wasn't like it wasn't like modern day vampires.
What I'm saying is we need more shows, animated and live action. Kind of like, I guess if you were to aim it like label it to an audience, like aim it for the tween teen. Yeah. So, but keep it more like even young adult, but keep it like lighthearted.
It's still for kids. But it's not...
But with, like, the elevated humor.
It's not literally for 2-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys watched the 8-hour Quentin Reviews video, which of course you didn't. I did, because someone had to watch it. I actually just really enjoyed it. But at the very end...
Quentin Reviews released an 8-hour video about Victorious.
Oh my god.
And then eventually a 5-hour video.
Yeah.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. So, I was a fan of Quentin Reviews before he started doing, like, 12-hour videos on Victorious.
What the fuck? How does, like, that has to take, like, 72 hours just to record?
He literally does them. It takes him, like, 4 months. I'm like, how? But he doesn't edit them. That's why he hires editors. But anyways, the reason why I mentioned is because at the very end of the episode, he said, I talked to a lot of people who were, I thought a reason why I stopped watching iCarly and Victorious is because I had grown too old for these teen shows. But I found out people who were younger than me, people who were our age, also stopped watching those shows around that time. And it was because a mixture of people starting to use the internet and canceling their cable subscriptions. So now the only people who had cable were people who were too old to know how to use the internet or were too young to be allowed to. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So that's why in channels like Nickelodeon started making stuff like Harvey Danger. What's the name of that show? Henry Danger.
Cocomelon.
You mean MAGA? Like MAGA fucker?
So like that's why shows like Henry Danger have been popular because those are for actual babies. They're not for tweens like Victorious and iCarly where like you can be in high school and still enjoy it, but also be like in middle school and maybe in elementary school. Like the tween audience. That basically only exists on the internet now. So so TV aren't making content for that. For those people anymore. So that's kind of why this show
but then now you
is
have
a little
like
bit
streaming services trying to tap into that market because they're like, okay, people are here.
There are a
they
few
just
people.
tap in with shows like Euphoria and shit, which like should not
those are not
be targeted
towards teens,
but
yet
because
the teens are watching it.
Because there's such a lack of entertainment for that specific age group, they're gonna watch a show like Euphoria rather than a show like Henry Danger because
that one's for literal children.
Yes,
for
but
like 5-year-olds.
At the same time, it's like bad because kids shouldn't be watching.
They shouldn't be watching either.
That show like Euphoria
is not
should be 18 up.
And
like these high school, even middle school kids are watching it because there's literally not
Nothing
really
else.
anything
It's
for them to
It's like
watch.
when 13 Reasons Why came out. We were in middle school.
And
Uh-huh.
everyone saw it and was.
that show was for 18 plus.
Yeah.
That was definitely like that show
Yeah.
did
And
not.
all of
fuck.
the kids at middle
it's
school.
like because there's nothing for like teens.
I'm
and
trying to think.
tweens.
The last show I can think of that was actually for tweens that I can really think of is like Stranger Things, maybe, because that's PG-13.
Yeah, I guess,
That's a
yeah.
PG-13 show.
Yeah.
But that's why I would watch like Adventure Time growing up because
Yeah.
like it's like shows like that have like the layers where if you're a kid, oh, it's a kid show. If you're adult, you can get the undertones that
Yeah.
they're
Why do you
presenting.
think? Why do you think I like My Babysitter's Vampire so much?
Yeah.
Literally
Why do you-
because
Yeah.
why do you
I
think
watched.
most of what I consume is animated?
Exactly.
Like I watched it when it was coming out in like 2010
Maybe, yeah.
when we were in elementary school. I watched the show as it was airing on Disney Channel, and then like 5 years later, when I was in middle school, I went back to watch it, and I was like maybe 13 at the time,
Yeah.
and I was like, this show I really like it because it was made for me at that point
Mhm.
in time, like middle school age, and so I was able. So that's why, and then I like really started enjoying
Yeah.
it because no other shows existed at the time
Yeah.
that were that I
that's
liked
why
that
I
were like that.
I went straight from like My Little Pony and Steven Universe
Yeah.
to like Dan and Phil
Yeah.
and
That's what I mean. People just went to vloggers
Maybe
and
that's why
stuff.
anime is having such a big
Yeah.
insurgence in the media is
and, like,
because
rise in
it
popularity.
is like yeah, it's because it is like
made for that
tween
audience.
yeah,
like
that's the thing.
orientated.
Is that, anime like very much doesn't really worry about like censorship or anything. Obviously, they're not going to play it on like kids channels
Yeah.
most of it, but it is like aimed for like a tween on up audience.
Yeah, so nothing's like too explicit, but it's
Yes,
also
there are some
not-
animes that are.
well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but like a lot
Just
of the
with
more
anything.
a lot of the
yeah.
more popular ones, like is My Hero Academia all that graphic?
No, there's a lot of like blood, and they do cover like heavier stuff sometimes.
But you
But,
would
like,
say that
it
it's
is-
not.
But that's like
no,
good
fully,
for
yeah, but like fully like middle schoolers can.
That's
watch
what I
it and
mean. Yeah.
stuff.
So shows like that, that's why they're so popular. Yeah, is because
And then they look prettier than like half of like the adult animated.
and they're
show,
not
like,
bubble guppies, you know?
Yeah.
Because like that seems to be the only thing that TV's willing to make is bubble guppies and like NCIS,
Yes.
and that's it.
Because like you have the two breeds of animation. You have like kids stuff where you could see like some of them actually have like passion in them, like
Yeah.
Avatar, Korra,
Yeah.
Voltron, She-Ra.
And then you have Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and like there's
and
no
then,
in
like,
between.
every, like,
Yeah.
and then,
We have
like,
to import.
because like
We have to
It's
import
like-
those stuff.
The Simpsons started something.
Oh,
Yes,
it did.
very
With-
much.
Especially with like the art style, because like you have things like Futurama, Rick and Morty,
American
that-
Dad, Family Guy.
which all like
Yeah.
look the same.
Yes.
And they're
Mhm.
ugly.
Yeah, I agree. And also, in my opinion, have bad humor.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
I love it unironically.
Of course, you like
It's
fucking
so
Family
bad.
Guy, but you don't like My Babysitter's a Vampire.
No, it's like I don't know. It's just so stupid. It just popped up in my YouTube feed.
I remember you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, and I also was high the first time I watched it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we not allowed to talk about drugs on here?
Well, I usually
Can.
don't, but
Well,
we can.
You can.
I mark these episodes as explicit, even
Yeah.
though sometimes
Okay.
we don't really say anything explicit. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want babies coming here to watch this show.
I do not condone drug usage under the age of 21.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning, drug usage.
Okay.
Also, get a parent permission slip if you're gonna be doing drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just don't do drugs.
But
You've
you
done
watch
a great
Family.
job following
Unless
that.
it's and especially if it's not legal in your state.
or country.
That yes, the country or Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Covering all bases. We
The
got
universe.
We got it all
you,
covered.
For all you interplanetary.
Yeah.
all parallel universes.
Yeah.
We legit have been talking about the state of television for the past like 15 minutes. Like, look,
Yeah.
we're already.
No, I gotta piss.
Okay.
Go piss, girl.
I am, girl.
Okay, so to get us back on track, because we did go. I think it's good. I like it when we're having discussions. It's good. It's important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say about the episode before we get into fit review?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
This is not the worst episode, but because it's not the worst episode, it is easier to pick out the minor things.
I agree.
Which is why we can kind of go into it a little
Wait,
bit.
we didn't do bad joke section. We're all messed up. We're supposed to do bad joke section and then
don't-
get into fit review.
Sorry, I don't watch this.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Because baby, now we got
Bad
bad
blood.
jokes.
That's actually worse than what we have, and ours is pretty bad.
It's that joke, right?
Let's get into bad joke section right now.
Bad joke never gets a laugh.
So
I like the cutoff can laughing.
because it's from Victorious. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, we have a bad joke to introduce the bad joke.
In general, we just kind of talk about things that are bad, but usually it is the jokes that we say find bad. So
I like
no bad, what you don't like.
Yeah, but I usually like the bad jokes. So
Rory's nicknames for Erica when they were around the dumpster.
oh god,
He called her like hot stuff, and
then
he's
sweet cheeks.
and they totally end up sucking face in the end.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Blue-haired liberals. I don't have any pronouns.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And then the fucking vending machine. I hate that cliche.
Like it's all knocked over and
Like it never in my life personally has a vending machine not worked.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe I'm just lucky.
because the vending machine didn't.
But
work.
I'm like, when do they get stuck like that?
It's because you're white.
Yeah.
You're right.
privilege.
I got white privilege for vending machines.
Any bad jokes you want to mention?
Not at the moment. I'll
There's
think on it.
so
Okay.
many references
There was-
to like Star Trek.
Yeah,
and
they do a
stuff.
lot. They did the opening line where he's like,
Spock shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
my favorite. Well, first of all, we mentioned the needle drops earlier, but
Did
the
you-
needle drops are bad.
Did you mention the hand sanitizer episode?
No, that's like my least favorite joke in the
Yeah.
entire
Where he's
show.
like, it's time to get our
Hands
hands
dirty.
dirty. Well, good thing I brought hand sanitizer. You
Mm-mm.
meant it metaphorically, didn't you?
Ugh,
That
it's,
was
So
awful.
bad.
it's awful. It's like genuinely cringe.
The amount of times the word noob was said.
Ugh, it's you could tell this is from like 2010.
Yeah.
If the last episode where they talked about like Rick rolls and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
When in the end when Erica and Rory were kissing and everyone's like, oh my god, and she was like, somehow me kissing him would have been less annoying than him talking. I was like, girl, relax.
Oh yeah, and then she was
Enemies
like,
to
no.
lovers real quick.
And then like, there at the very end, they're like, do you guys need like a ride or something? And like,
No, it's good. She said something about flight practice.
yeah, and like,
God.
I never understood that
Why?
scene. Okay, so there's a cut it out.
cut it out.
Cut it out.
There is a clip
English
that
major.
was. Stop making fun of me! I swear. There's a scene that they cut out where he says, where they use a different take, where he's like, maybe we're gonna go make out now. Like, I don't know why, but I guess you can't say make out on Disney. I don't know. Because, like, I think that's what that scene was implying, but then when he goes to actually do it, she, like, hits him. Because he just, like, walks back there. It's like, well, why?
Mm-hmm.
The scene makes no sense.
Like a thwack.
Yeah, like, she hits him, but,
Yeah.
like, she was, like, insinuating that they were gonna go do something behind the
Yeah.
truck.
And he was like,
But then she just hits him, and you're like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
What are the rules for sunlight?
This is something I really wanted to talk about while you were here. Was
Okay.
I had a housekeeping paper and then I just forgot it. I was supposed to mention things because like we had discussed in previous episodes what the vampire anatomy could possibly be for
Yes,
this
because-
show.
Because like I brought up like vampires don't need to eat human food, but you have like Rory and then Sarah this episode.
They're
eating
always
human
eating food, so it's like where does that go?
Yeah, because obviously their organs aren't working.
We originally said they don't use the bathroom, but like they have to use the bathroom.
Well, if she's a fledgling, does she still have some? human
That's
aspects?
exactly what we
Yeah.
asked as well. Like, if she's a fledgling, then yeah, is it like half there, half not?
Is it just
Maybe
like
she
very
doesn't
slow?
like take nutrients from the food, but she's able to digest it.
Yeah, because technically, fledglings aren't supposed to last longer than a month. Because after a month, they just die because they
Yeah.
haven't drinking
So
human
Sarah
blood.
is like a case study.
Because yeah, like literally nothing like her has ever like existed. Because of witch magic, she uses blood substitute, so it like
I
it's
was gonna ask
magical.
about that earlier
and
because
it's
she was
substitute.
eating instead.
Yeah, but so she's snacking to try to like
One
ignore-
of her cravings.
yeah, to
Why
like
not
ignore
use-
the hunger to human blood.
Why not use the blood substitute?
I guess because the taste's really bad.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole episode about it where like
Yeah.
tasting
It causes-
exceptionally bad,
It causes her to sleep drool.
which makes no sense because vampires don't sleep either.
Or
And then-
drool.
Because do they have saliva? There's too
like,
many
yeah.
questions.
But
So many-
the sun,
Anyways,
like what's the
sunlight.
sun thing?
Yeah, the sun thing is that I've always been confused because they said that the most they've mentioned is that the sun is a little bit irritating or sometimes gets in the way.
But they're like constantly always in direct sunlight and nothing is happening.
There's-
They wear
these-
sunscreen.
they
Because
wear-
Rory.
There's always visual
So they got,
gags of them
like-
putting on like layers of sunscreen, and then they always wear sunglasses.
so they
outside.
got like ginger skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
Only one
So
episode.
you can relate to
Yeah,
that.
I can relate.
You
Oh my
are a
gosh.
vampire.
Yes.
There's
He
only,
is the babysitter who's a vampire.
There is
you,
only.
you are the girl next door.
I am, aren't I?
There's only one episode where the sun affects them, and that is the Lucia is my queen.
And also,
Because-
like,
because
the
it's like
movie a
being
little bit,
beamed
right?
Yeah,
him.
towards the end of the movie, Rory's wearing sunscreen. And
Yeah, he full on has like the sunblock nose thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like literally in the alligator episode, they're having a pool party.
I know that episode always infuriated me because in season 2, the
Have we
alligator
watched it yet?
episode. No,
No, it's not yet.
we haven't. It's in season 2.
But we've seen it.
We've seen it, but
They
Spoilers,
they
Spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry, Craig.
Craig.
As a joke, we say that Craig, because we fully believe that everyone who's listened to the podcast has already seen the entire show. But like, I sometimes will be like spoilers in case anyone who's watching the show as we talk about this, and that person's Craig, because clearly that
Craig
doesn't.
Manning.
Yeah,
Clearly,
Craig
that doesn't.
Manning.
Clearly, he doesn't
I was
exist. But
is
like
this an actual person?
No.
It's Craig Manning.
from Degrassi.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like literally, like the joke is that like no one's actually like, oh, there's a Mabab podcast. Now I can watch the show episode by episode and listen to people talking about it. Like that, no one like that exists. But I like to think someone does,
And that is Craig.
and that is Craig. So
That's
Craig,
our-
here's some spoilers for season 2, in case you want
Make sure to skip ahead to
They
this
probably
Thursday.
have a pool party with no light, and they just isn't a
They're like
thing.
in the sun.
Yes.
So I guess it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't
See, I'd
matter.
like if they pulled something like in Adventure Time with Marceline, how she's always
Yes.
has like a large hat or like
Yes.
gloves,
Like
or
umbrella.
Like they wear glass,
yes.
they wear sunglasses, but even that's dropped occasionally. So
Something.
it's just
You
like
think like you know how there's like certain days where like the sun is closer to the earth than others.
yeah, and also
Do you
it
think
is.
those days that they have to actually like stay in?
I like to.
like to.
I like to
I
think
do.
that. Literally, you do. So,
Yeah.
well,
Ugh.
rude.
I'm so sorry.
They make a lot of jokes about like, especially Erica is like always applying sunscreen, but also, well, I had something I was gonna
Because
say.
they were
and you-
white and pasty to begin with.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's Canada,
Yeah.
Exactly.
so it's not like
They're
it's.
pretty far from the equator as well.
True. That
So,
is true.
Maybe it's just kind of like forts, where it's just like always cloudy, so they're just outside all the time in twilight.
Yeah.
Mm.
But they need, good lighting.
The
to get
one
good
day-
shots,
yeah.
decent shots.
The one day there is sunlight, they just don't go. They just stay inside. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Anyways.
She's the girl.
any other bad jokes?
You guys already went over fit review?
No.
No.
We forgot to do bad joke section before.
I have one.
Oh,
The one where it's like something about like Rory bringing toys or something.
Oh yeah, it's like when's the last time you brought toys over to your house? And it's like okay.
Hello?
Just the whole Benny being a sad virgin the entire time, falling in love with every woman that he sees.
Let's grab
Listen,
a quick zaw.
there was like a whole like thing where Ethan was tied down to his bed. That was
I
That's
want to see
that
that.
was no.
that's the episode where Ethan turns into a werewolf.
Yeah, they're
that we
trying to
talked about.
restrain him.
So they tie him to his bed.
But he
And then-
knew how to tie him up.
Yeah, but it was Benny.
Literally, there's a scene where he's like tied down to his bed and Benny's standing over him, and I'm like, I don't like how this.
I
looks.
don't like.
This it was fed to our beefing content.
Yeah, fed into our evidence
Deep
folder
into
for
the
beefing.
folder, so we don't have to think about it.
Yeah, but it's there.
R
It's,
slash Mabab BDSM.
No!
that would be totally be a subreddit.
Ew.
Ew.
Gross.
It's gross.
I know.
They're teenagers.
They're all kids.
My pocket, that's where it is.
We're not using the soundboard as often. I think I went a little too ham on it last
No, it's
time.
okay. I want to keep using it.
I really enjoy it.
Okay, are we gonna do fit review?
Wait.
That is so not tight.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Ew. Okay.
Let's do fit review. Fit review. Thank
Yay.
you.
Special guest did it.
Yeah. Okay, I got the photos on my
We're
computer.
stealing content
I'm
from PewDiePie.
so inclusive.
I just realized that. Yeah.
Oh, meme review? Oh,
I didn't even
got it.
realize
Yeah,
that.
that's why I was doing it, to steal from PewDiePie.
Oh my gosh, I did not know.
We're
I completely
plagiarists.
What
forgot.
did she call it? There's like
It's a meme review.
Yeah.
Is it like Ask Pedophile or something? There we go.
Okay, so we talk about every single Benny striped
Classic.
shirt.
Classic 2010s.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how do we feel about this Benny striped shirt?
I don't
It's
care much for it.
I don't like
the
it either.
I don't like the thin stripes.
No,
We've gone over this.
We hate the thin stripes, okay?
It's not a great color either.
We don't like
It's like white.
we don't like white or like cool toned colors on him or brown. Anytime a shirt is brown, we say that it's bad because
I like brown with him.
No.
He works with
You're incorrect.
Bright, warm colors.
We like bright, warm colors on Benny. Because Ethan, who was wearing a pink graphic tee with a hawk on it.
They've swapped aesthetics. Because, Ethan is the blue gay.
Ethan is the blue gay and Benny's the red gay.
Wait, what kind of gay am I?
All of the above.
I'm just rainbow gay.
You're just gay.
Because there's a dynamic of like red and blue like characters. Queer coded red and blue
Ruby,
characters.
Sapphire, Cora and Asami.
Clarence.
What?
Uncle Grandpa.
Ew.
Of course, you like Uncle Grandpa of all people.
I didn't say I like Uncle Grandpa. I just remembered it.
No, you like Uncle Grandpa.
How is he a red and blue gay?
I don't know.
We're talking about characters who are actually coded.
Yeah, so like they're red and blue gays. That's our
Pearl
joke.
and Rose Quartz.
They are like white and pink.
What was the Steven Universe reference you said earlier?
Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire.
Ruby and Sapphire are red and blue gays.
Yes.
What about
Keeping Lance
Finn
from Voltron.
and Princess Fire Princess?
Yes, those are red and blue gays.
But they're straight.
But they're not gay, so it doesn't count.
What about...
I swear to God, Logan. We're talking about outfits here.
What about Homer and Marge?
They're straight.
They're not gay, but they're not red and blue.
It's like Sokka
and Zuko.
Yeah,
They
red
would
and blue
be
gays.
red and blue gays. Anyways,
What
Okay.
about...
I don't like this shirt, but I never like any of Ethan's shirts.
Yeah, we always hate on Ethan's shirts
Listen,
because
I'll
they're
be
all
honest,
gross.
I'm neutral to it.
You don't mind the graphic tee?
Oh, no, Benny's I meant. I'm neutral to it.
It's
What about Ethan's?
Ethan's
pink.
is giving me closeted homophobic.
Oh.
Wait, he's homophobic and closeted?
Yeah, me in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
This is Ethan before he came out of the closet. No, wait, he would already have to be out of the closet.
No, yeah, this is
Just
trans
kidding.
Ethan.
This
He's
is
trying
trans
to be masculine, so he's wearing the most gaudy, ugly graphic
See,
tees.
I guess this one's like mountains, kind of.
Yeah.
So I kind of prefer to like the obnoxious like crosses and
Yeah.
shields and
Yeah.
signs.
Yeah. But I don't like the
Fully
pink on
DC
him.
logo shirt.
I don't like the pink on him at all.
It's not great.
He works with like a lot more like desaturated, like darker colors.
Yeah, he looks best with darker colors that are blue, like cool tones, and Benny looks best with like brighter, warm tone colors.
Yes.
We've established this a few times.
Because that
Do you disagree?
A little bit, yeah.
Because I think it matches like their personalities, like
Yeah, but
from a character design.
But just from the
perspective.
aesthetic aspect, I like Benny with the browns and some of the neutrals.
I can see that.
Controversial opinion here.
I mean, we think it's disgusting, but you know.
Controversial yet brave.
Speak your truth. Okay.
But yes.
Full shot of like that 40-year-old man
in the background, yeah. With the spiky hair. Like, I swear, Canada is just a few years behind when it comes to fashion. So they look like they're from like 2004, even though it's 2010. Anyways.
like fully could be in Green Day. Like
Okay.
Okay. Controversial yet brave opinion. I like this Sarah outfit.
Miss Weave is trying her
We
hardest.
talked about how
It is so...
poorly crimped.
The hard front wig. Fuck, it is bad. Jesus.
we've talked about how we really wish Sarah would have had her natural hair.
I'm like, yes.
It would look so much better
Yes.
if she had
It's
natural
so
hair.
bad.
But they had to put a wig on her, I guess.
gotta
Because no
whitewash
one knew
her.
how to style it.
And then no one knew how to style
is
it. She's
so
gone on
bad.
Twitter. Vanessa Morgan has gone on Twitter and said that there was no one there to like properly style her hair because of course there wasn't. So
Obviously.
It's so bad.
but this time it's crimped. It's like very like loosely crimped and
Her
that's
part is in a place where parts like can't be.
No, cards.
it's a side
But
part.
it's like
but
high, like it's like coming up. It's so bad.
it's
It's so bad.
could be a lot better.
Yeah.
And also she's mentioned before the very thin eyebrows. She has very thin eyebrows.
But that was just a thing. With,
That
like,
was
the
just a
2000s.
trend. Speaking of trends, so she has 3 layers on. In
Can I just
this
say
outfit.
I like this outfit?
I can see why you would like it,
It
but it's
kind of-
also ugly.
It kind of matches.
It's giving,
it's
like-
camp. It's camp.
giving-
I recently learned what that means thanks to our Discord. So like this
You're
outfit.
gay and you didn't know what
No,
camp meant? Oh
no.
my god.
So shout out
Yeah,
to
we-
Rivers on Discord for teaching me what camp meant.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you, Rivers.
Thank
That's
you,
really funny.
Rivers.
But Okay, so let me explain it for the audio listeners. I realize we never explain the outfits; we just talk about them, and then like people who listen on audio.
Well, we show them on YouTube.
Yeah, but people who listen, no one listens on Spotify.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, let me explain it anyways. Jeez. So it's I'm pretty sure it is a gray girl cut shirt. So like the sleeves are like basically non-existent, but they're still sleeves. And then she has a white tank top.
Oh.
No, they're sleeves. Oh wait, no.
I think the sleeves are gray.
The sleeves are gray.
And the sleeves are gray. So it's a white tank top with like embellishments.
It's a deep cut.
And it's low cut, which is why she has the shirt under it.
And
but
she
then
has a black like studded vest.
I think it's like a leather vest or like a pleather.
I thought it was a denim. It looks denim to me.
At least it's not the fucking cargo.
Oh yeah. Like fake leather.
I think it's like a fake leather.
It's a plus.
We've
a pleather vest.
We've mentioned the stud trends of the 2010s.
Yes.
Studs and like buttons and clasps were like huge in the 2010s. So a lot of her outfits have that. Yeah. And then she's wearing the skinny jeans, the blue wash skinny jeans.
I love like the 2000s where you had to show you were wearing 30 shirts.
Yeah.
Like so the gray one's coming out underneath at the bottom of the white one.
And one thing we've noticed a lot with Erica is that when she's in school, she's wearing like the 2-layer, like the long sleeve and then the tank top under, but when she's out of school, she's wearing just tank tops.
Yeah.
So like
can we toot and boot?
What?
That's what they do for Drag Race.
Oh, what does that mean?
So toot is if you like it. Boot is if you hate it.
Toot. Okay.
I'm gonna soft boot this outfit.
I'm gonna strong.
It's not as bad as her other ones.
It's giving Ashley Tisdale, but not going there.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
like if it just went there, I would toot it. But it's a little bit too, like subdued.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Well, at least this one matches better than all her other ones.
Yeah,
you would see like purple and green together.
Yeah, she had like a pink shirt with like a green
like this
like tank top.
But like, that's the vibe.
Yeah, because I almost said Vanessa. Sarah's like color coordinated is like pink and purple.
She wears pinks and purples.
Whereas Erica often wears like reds.
See, like I think they need a good color story because those color stories like they need a Euphoria level color story going on.
This is
A20. They don't wear multiple colors. They just wear one. Like but literally.
It doesn't go good. Like she's
literally wearing monochrome.
I know.
Yeah, she's wearing gray.
You're wearing monochrome.
Yeah, but that's
but I make it look good.
Okay. So even though we're like kind of not all agreeing on this outfit, I think one that we will agree on.
Ooh.
Stop.
Yes.
Stop.
Is Erica?
It literally could have been so good if she put the tank top underneath on top.
So she has a sheer. Like see-through white,
which is like also
long sleeve.
kind of risque for like school standards. If we're being
she's
honest.
usually pretty risky with her outfits, and then she has a red like is that called like a heart cut?
I think so.
Like a sweetheart necklace.
Yeah.
Neckline. Oh, and then she has a statement necklace.
So,
statement necklace.
Literally, if it just was on top, it would look so good. But
that's usually what she.
And it's so bad.
It's usually what she does too. Yeah. She usually wears like the tank top.
And also, what is that necklace, sis? What the hell? Oh, I hate it.
Like a necklace my grandma would give me.
And like she went with like a nude lip, which does not go.
That's the 2010s for you.
Oh, it's so bad. She has no lip liner.
And then she has like the almost. She has like the mid-height ponytail.
Oh yeah, the
like if she did full messy bun, ooh, it would look good.
That would look cute.
Like it looks like the person who did her hair actually just was not trying.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird to see her in not black.
Yeah, first of all, not in black, and second of all, in a ponytail. Because
if she had her hair down, it would pull it all together.
Because she normally has her hair down because ponytail Erica is like pre-vampire Erica, and like she doesn't want to be that.
Interesting that they have her in a ponytail when she's interacting with someone who could like very much be like the male counterpart of her past self.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is
Speaking
true.
Of, Rory isn't coordinated this episode. He's wearing like a light. He's like kind of.
Gray.
It's like
you're right. He's
wearing
brown.
It's a beige.
It's a ochre yellow.
Oh my god.
He's wearing a shitty orange, bright orange graphic tee, and then he has
a beige.
He has a beige button up over.
The thing with Rory is he knows the way he's dressing isn't great.
Yeah. Well, he's usually coordinated.
Yeah,
with
he's
his
exactly. But like he can he's an underrated. Fashion icon.
Because he will connect it. He'll wear a blue graphic tee and then a blue flannel over.
Yes, but he's still keeping his personality into it.
And see, this is some like deep character analysis that we've done in the movie.
Girl, come back.
In the movie, he would wear these, but they'd be buttoned up all the way to the top, like tight. But now that he's a vampire, they're open.
Whoa.
Character analysis.
Vampirism is stored in the graphic tee.
We talk about how
Gender is stored in the graphic tee.
Drink really quick.
Yeah.
Gender is stored
Your
in the
death
baggy
water?
t-shirt. His ass water. I am a sparkling water hater. Just to let you know.
I love sparkling water.
It sucks.
And it just tastes really gross, which is why I like it.
It tastes like it says natural flavors on there, but it tastes like you placed a watermelon 2 feet from the can.
And then it like maybe has the flavor.
Yeah.
This tastes like they put a pomegranate seed in there, but encapsulated still.
Yeah.
So like
in like 10 gallons of liquid.
Yes.
They put a single pomegranate seed.
One seed, and then like the
Dang, I've been wanting a pomegranate.
the cyanide from the cherry pit as well
Yeah.
in there.
Oh yeah, they fully crushed up
Yes.
the cherry pit and just
like put it near.
Yeah.
the fumes.
they're microdosing
I think
you
that's
on
it.
cyanide.
Those were all the outfits I picked up, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that, Erica. I don't really like the outfits this episode.
There's something we didn't mention is that in this episode, it literally only takes place over like one afternoon.
Yeah.
Also the nurse outfits.
Oh yeah, I didn't screenshot the
I mean,
nurse outfit.
So costumey.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I like the
It's giving-
costumey kind of.
It's giving sexy nurse.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It's a spirit
It is
Halloween
literally,
costume.
yes.
Yeah.
Which I like personally.
I also I noticed in the credits that one of the nurses is
Oh my
labeled
God,
hot
wait.
nurse and the other one's labeled just older nurse.
Yeah.
Wait,
one of
I
them's supposed
wanna-
to be hot and
Oh.
one of them's supposed to be not.
I want to see. Wait, what were Rory's sunglasses?
Oh, let me get to the.
Please tell me they were what I thought they. Oh.
Ew.
Not that.
They were in full like
It's just like ew
Latina
affectionate.
mom glasses.
Oh, absolutely.
It makes it so like she kind of has a maternal energy in this
She
episode.
really does. That's weird. You're right.
Yeah.
Because it's the necklace mixed with like, but like her
the
glasses.
ponytail.
And her ponytail, yeah, she's
Mhm.
giving off mom vibes.
Usually she's the kid who needs to be put on the leash, but today she is the parent and Rory is the kid on the leash.
Yes,
That's true.
It's a weird
It's like she's
dynamic.
usually the feral one, but once Rory's involved, she becomes like the
The
voice of
mom.
reason.
Yes.
Which I guess is why you guys like the dynamic so much, because it's like it's kind of fun
yeah.
to see that.
But
I don't
it
like
also
it.
makes
I wish
kiss
that they
a
were just
little
friends.
weird.
That's what I mean. Is
Yeah.
that like
Like-
they?
No, I definitely see them as just friends.
Yeah.
Also, can we just mention that Erica is actually not considerably, but she is older than Rory. Rory's supposed to be
Yeah.
like a freshman, so he's like 15 at best,
Yeah.
and she's a junior, so she's either like 16 or 17.
At least she's not a senior dating a freshman.
Yeah.
Those are,
And,
like,
and
the
so that's
worst.
why I think it's best that she never
Yeah.
actually agrees to his advances, at least like
Yeah.
actually
She's,
seriously.
Like, too old.
Because originally we're like, oh, why is she always being so mean to him? But also it's like he's a literal child, and
Yeah.
she's
He's
like
an
a little
actual
bit older
fetus.
than him. So maybe it's
Yeah.
best. Personally, I'm a what's the Benica? I like
Yeah,
Benica,
I like Benica.
which is Benny and Erica, because they literally make out in an episode.
Yeah,
They
I like Benica and I like Erica and Sarah.
Yeah.
And I also like Benny and Ethan.
Yeah, and Betty and Ethan.
I don't really like any of them for each other.
You don't think they should all be
so
friends?
valid of you.
The only like real ship that actually exists. Well, there
Is
was one
Ethan
that they
and
were
Sarah.
is Ethan and Sarah. They actually do go on a date. Craig, sorry for the spoiler.
Sorry, Craig.
In the season 2 finale, so the series finale, they actually do go on a date. And then I think in the later episodes of season 2, they were trying to hint at maybe like a slow burn for Erica and Benny to actually happen.
I don't like that.
I do like it.
I like
I
it.
don't know why. It just makes me uncomfortable.
It's just because like Benny's like a big loser.
Benny is an ace king in my opinion.
That's
You know
so
what?
valid of
Arrow
you.
king.
I agree with you. You know, I
Yeah.
just see it. He's like trying so hard that it's clearly like
Well,
he doesn't have
yeah.
feelings that way.
Yeah.
Wait, why have you
Oh
just
my God.
revolutionized my world?
You've opened up my mind.
You've connected things.
You've opened my mind's eye.
Of course.
I'm
that's
entering
why-
my
that's
mind
my
palace
duty.
as we
That's
speak.
why you're here.
That's why I'm here.
Oh
I'm
my
here
God.
every week. Just kidding, I'm not.
Oh my god, Ethan and Benny are just in a squish.
Oh my
What does
gosh.
that
Also
mean?
squish.
It's like a
It's a platonic relationship.
Yeah, it's in like it's like it's
Oh.
not exactly like boyfriend girlfriend, but it's like the Ace Arrow equivalent.
Oh, like the lavender marriages back in the day?
Yeah.
They're
Like
100.
a lesbian woman and a gay man would
Yeah.
marry each
Yeah.
other for like they were both each other's beards, but it was just because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually are though.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're literally each other's soulmates
Yes.
platonically.
Yes. Yes.
They're literally already in a squish.
They literally live
Ethan
next
and
door.
Sarah. That's Ethan and Sarah too.
You think?
I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I think Ethan is always trying to. He has a huge crush on Sarah, but
But
clearly
she just sees him.
she's friend zoned him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think.
So the
they're-
nicer version of that is that they're in a squish.
They're platonic soulmates, same as Benny and Ethan.
Well, because like the main characters are actually Ethan, Benny, and Sarah.
Because she's
Erica
the babysitter
and-
that's a vampire.
Yeah.
Rory are like
Erica and
side
Rory are just
characters.
side characters. But like we see the four group of Sarah and Erica and Benny and Ethan, because those two are the two best friends, which is why Rory kind of feels like an outsider the whole time, because he's not really friends with either of them. They both hate him. Both groups.
I think another thing that would have made this show a little bit better was if they just didn't do the whole trying to push a relationship thing.
Yeah.
Because like that's kind of boring, honestly. Especially
agree.
now,
But
everyone's
that's
trying to
also
push a
that's also
relationship
the
on
thing in
everything else.
fandom is that everything gets shipped.
Everyone gets
Yeah.
shipped everywhere.
But, like,
because
yeah.
it's
maybe-
fun for them, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be good to just let the fandom take
Yeah, like,
care of that. For
I
them.
like shipping Benica, but do I want it to be real? No, because
Yeah.
of the love potion episode.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should ever date. How we talked about this in that episode where Benny makes a love potion for and he makes Erica and like Sarah fall in love with them through like a spell. They put them under a spell, and I'm like, there's no way they could ever date legit after that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Because that's just too messed up. And like Erica like makes out with him in school when she's like under the spell.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
And it just crosses a lot of weird
I don't like
Yeah.
that.
points. Yeah, so
Ooh.
See, like
in the actual story, I don't want any of them to be together
but
ever.
in fan fiction,
I like the idea of those characters because Benny had a big crush on Erica before she became a vampire. So
Yeah.
he's kind of always been there
He's
for
always
her
had a thing for her.
in that sense. And so now and then she just has to like
Now
realize
she's
it
just
kind of thing.
Now she's just hot and sexy.
And that's why she's like ignoring him, is because
Yeah.
she's
She's
become
so-
popular all of a sudden and she doesn't want to hang out with these loser geeks.
Yeah.
That's her state in season 1 mainly.
And then season 2, she lets her fandom side come back out.
And she actually she's like casually just starts hanging out with them outside of like her being like, ew, I don't want to hang out with losers. Like she just is genuinely friends with them at that point.
Yeah.
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 Are we done for fashion
I
review or
think
fit
so.
review? Is that it?
We didn't-
casually
we didn't-
dissecting sexuality.
We didn't have a teacher this episode.
No, there were no teachers. Usually
So
we talk
can see
about
the dad
Coach.
outfit.
Normally we talk about Coach G. Is that his name? Mr. G.
I have no idea. I
This
think
is-
it's Mr. G.
Mr. G is like supposed to be like a hippie guy, but he just dresses like
The dad.
like
just
Shay.
dress- yeah.
He just dresses like you,
Yeah.
which is like dad Hawaiian shirts and like Birkenstocks.
Cargo shorts.
Birkenstocks with socks.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only way to wear them.
Yeah, I
Yes.
joked and said that he was a Visco girl, but I cut that out, I think, because I was
Aw.
like, why would I reference that?
Why would you bring that back?
And then why would I reference it again?
Keep it in this time.
Yeah. Fit review done. Fit review.
Fuck. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, so anything else you guys want to say on this episode?
Well, this one, the writing doesn't feel as good. I said this about another episode.
But the premise is really good.
The premise is really good, but it just feels
Yeah.
so.
That's what makes it uncanny.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as long as the other ones. Like
Yeah.
like we were saying earlier, it takes
Mhm.
place for one afternoon,
Yeah.
and like where...
And sometimes that works, like in Dipod.
yeah, that
But
works.
sometimes it works really, really bad, like in Double Negative.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one's in the middle of that.
This one is right in the middle.
Yeah.
I really like this episode,
Yeah.
actually.
I think it's pretty good.
I like that episode. It's just not as good.
Do I
in my opinion.
personally like other episodes more?
Yes.
Maybe, but do I think it's the best one?
Would I go out of my way to watch this one again?
Yes.
Possibly, but not as much as, for example, the Doug the Vampire Hunter episode.
That's an unpopular opinion. Most people don't like that episode, but it's
Really?
like your favorite. Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
like the Welcome to Black Parade of the group, where it's like it is the popular one and it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
of,
say
like,
so.
the best one, but people have their own favorites.
Yes. That's a good description.
that is
Yeah.
exactly it.
This is their Black Parade.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, I like this one, actually.
I really
And
enjoy this
I
episode.
like the concept, and I like seeing Erica and Rory, like, interact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've said so many times that I want to see them go to, like, a brony convention
I
together.
think they're really funny. They're a really funny duo. Just
Erica
because
just needs to embrace her fandom side again, and they could just be best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like with what was the band? Something Tier?
Single tier.
Single Tier.
Are we ready for final thoughts?
Yeah.
I've given.
Okay. Well, we have to do ratings, so just say it again.
Oh, let me think about this.
I'll go first. Okay. So to explain our rating system, Logan,
Yes.
to explain it, What we usually do is we give what our opinions are on the episode, and then we rate it out of 5, and then we do a reference to the episode.
Yeah.
Out of 5?
Yeah,
Yes.
out of 5. So
1
like,
being the absolute worst, 5 being the absolute best.
yeah. Okay, so this episode, I think it's weird because when I watch it, I don't think it's the best episode, but when I think about it, I think it's the best episode of season 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, I have my general issue with season 1 with this one where they don't use magic really.
Yeah, this wasn't really solved by magic.
No, they don't use magic to solve the conflict.
I
My
forgot.
least favorite thing is when they don't use Benny magic or they don't use vampire stuff. This episode has vampire stuff,
Yeah.
so I enjoy that part of it.
I like the lore.
Yeah.
They
There's a lot of
introduced
good
like
lore.
a council.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
council is a big part of season 2.
Yeah.
And I liked the contrast of vampires between like the older generation of vampires and the newer
Versus
generation.
The vampire noobs.
The new kids that are vampires, they don't even care about whatever the vampire
Boundaries
counselor
and
is.
stuff. It
and-
reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul.
You know what? I agree with you.
Have you seen Tokyo Ghoul?
I've seen a few episodes.
Okay. Yeah. Because the ghouls have like their own like territories.
Yeah.
But then you have young ones like Kaneki or
Yeah.
Rize before she died, the first episode.
Spoilers, Craig!
I know it's the first episode.
Yeah, it's literally the first
Yeah.
episode.
But
I haven't
um,
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
me
an
neither.
anime. Anyways.
But yeah, they kind of vampires. It is a lore that vampires are territorial, and so of course it makes sense that some older vampires would care about stuff like that. But the newer ones just don't. They don't care, and they're literally like we're just tossed into this on accident. Literally, some weird vampire cult dude just came into town, turned a bunch of people, and then dipped. Like,
Jesse's gourd.
oh yeah, we have the whole thing with Jesse, and we have to keep referencing. We can't keep referencing it because we haven't explained
Watch
it,
the movie.
but it doesn't matter.
Are we gonna
Anyways.
watch the movie after season 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna review the movie at some point.
Okay.
But it'll be like a big thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an
Anyway.
event episode.
Mhm.
But
Anyway.
to give my rating on this episode, I think I will give it. Are we ready for this?
Yes.
Yes.
5 out of 5.
Gasp.
Blood bags over
Bags.
body bags. Okay, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. So I like this episode, but not as much as other ones. I wouldn't say it's like I would say it's in my top 5, but not in my top 3.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it feels like it went by really fast, but also I kind of like that because I don't have a super large attention span. And so, yeah, there were a few things I probably missed while watching, but it's okay because I love the show in general. And so I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5.
Ooh.
Mom sunglasses.
Nice.
Perfect.
Alright.
Do you want to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I also like this episode. I can see why it's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I'm still like unsure of like my ranking for episodes. I would have to go back and like think about it.
Yeah.
But I I like that they like had like a whole episode like focused just around blood,
Yes.
which is like not
Mhm.
something you'd see
Yes.
from.
I was really
Yeah, they
shocked.
look like Kool-Aid.
You
When I
remind
watched
me of
this
that one
episode.
episode of Psych.
I don't know what you're
I've
talking about.
never
We should
seen
do a
Psych.
Psych review.
I knew 2 girls who really like Psych. Anyways, fun character interactions. I'd love to see like more of just Rory in general.
Mhm.
We could always use more Rory.
Yes.
Yes.
And so for me, I think I'll give this episode like 4 me.
Ooh.
Yeah, 4 like hot nurses out of 5.
Perfect.
Nice. Okay. For me, this episode is like my favorite, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting.
It's just when you remember it being your favorite.
Yeah, because I remember watching this when it came out.
Yeah.
Like, this is like one of the only episodes I actually did watch of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the movie, obviously, because like everyone did.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It just is like a nostalgic feeling for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to give this. Please don't get offended, Craig. Like a 3.5 hand sanitizers for them dirty hands.
Out of 5.
Out of 5.
That's actually a pretty good rating.
Most
Yeah.
ratings we give like 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I literally gave double negative a 1. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty that's a pretty good rating. Okay. Thank you for watching the Vampy Wampy Campy Podcast.
Trampy.
Really?
I'm Campy.
I'm
Wait,
Vampy.
You have to pack.
Oh yeah, make sure to put out your fire and take down your tent.
Or else
If
Smokey
not,
the Bear is gonna come
Smokey-
suck your blood.
Yeah, Smokey the Bear's gonna come take your blood.
Suck Wait, hold on.
Smokey the Bear is gonna be your hot nurse.
Ooh, and say you smell interesting.
Listen, I have no intention of coming here on the pod and sucking dick and cock. Sucking dick and cock.
Sorry. I'm surprised that's not on the soundboard.
I know.
Thank you, Logan, for bringing that one.
Bye.
That's all. Late.
Lampy, subscribe.
Oh yes, make sure to subscribe.
I fucking hate this group. I forgot.
Bring some, put some quampies so we can ampy.
Make sure to follow us on our socials.
Yes, and
Champies.
I hope you have a great day. Late.
Late.
We say lates because Erica said it once.
Okay.
And we think it's funny that she ended a phone call with lates.
No.
Okay.
Bye. Do you have anything else you want to end the episode with?
Fuck everyone. God.
He didn't mean that.
No, he did. Oh. Okay, bye, lates.
Bye.